In this world, winning is everything. Winners are affirmed completely, and losers are denied completely. You see, I've never lost at anything in my life, and I never will, because I always win, and I'm always right.
Kuroko no basket. It's been a while, hasn't it? I figured that since the NBA season is here, we might as well spin back on what's left. And man, we got some beat to cover today. So, last we left off, Seirin squared off against Toho, and we saw Kagami's electric showdown with Almine. With that win, Seirin is now in round 2. But as a team, they're going to need to improve heavily if they want to beat the big dogs of the Winter Cup. For now though, they head to Kagami's house to chill. I was low-key surprised that Kagami lived on his own. His crib hella nice too. But as it turns out, he's not alone, as we end up meeting Kagami's master.
I'm so fucking hard right now. I think I'm gonna pass out.
Alex Garcia. I told y'all last video that she fine as hell, and I didn't lie.
Are you a pedophile?
She could be my master any day. She played college ball at UCLA, and even played in the WNBA for a while before retiring. And now, she's a coach. She low-key needs to be put on a list though. Not even low-key, high-key. She was out here touching everyone. He's out here kissing Rico too? Hey yo, all my basketball coaches were old white men. How come I don't have baddies moving like this for me? This is unbelievable. She's here to teach Kagami a new move, one we'll see in the near future. But obviously, she's not too concerned right now. Out here butt booty naked in a teenager's apartment. Ref? Hello? Someone get her ass out of here and send her my way. This is ridiculous. Kuroko is also looking to grow his game as well. As we saw in the last game, one of his main weaknesses was not being able to shoot the ball. So he asked the best shooter he knew for help.
I'll cut right to the chase. I want you to teach me how to shoot.
What the
In the meantime, Seirin continues to win games, beating Nakamiya South without their Shadow and Light in a slightly close game. Then they beat Morozino North and cashed their ticket to the quarterfinals. But I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking good in the slightest, because their next opponent is about to be their toughest yet. Yosen. Now, we've seen a couple of Yosen's players before. Kagami's little brother, not by blood, Himuro, and the big bad Murasakibara. These guys aren't just big, they can play both offense and defense. Now, I want y'all to take a look at this crowd. Look at the people in the seats. Look at the shock, the horror, the disbelief. Look at the players on the opposing team. Look at the feet.
I fucking hate basketball.
Now, look at these smug bastards. And now, look at the score. No, this is not a typo. They beat these niggas 81-0. Nil. Nada. Niggas couldn't even put up a fucking basket. Absolutely insane work. Getting shut out in a football game or football game or even a baseball game isn't too crazy. But basketball? You got 48 minutes to put the ball in the basket and you didn't score once? I know that box score was looking crazy, bro. Golly. You would never catch me picking up a basketball again. Yosen is actually a pretty chill team. They were low-key cooking their captain though, calling him chopped and everything.
And get a new face where you're at.
But when their coach came in and told them that she had the Seirin tapes, they locked in. Speaking of Seirin, they're currently watching Yosen's games and realizing that they're low-key cooked. Might I mention that this wasn't even the first game that they shut out a team? They beat a team in round 2, 72-0. They were calling these guys the Shield of Vegas. But that's no problem. When they walked out on that court, they came out with that aura. But even from the tip-off, Seirin knew that this would not be easy. All Murasakibara did was get a jump ball violation, and yet he had Kagami shivering in his sneaks. Seirin gets the ball first, and Hyuga gets the first shot. But Murasakibara said no sir, but he picked the ball from mid-air. Izuki got the rebound, kicked it out to Kuroko, and he got the pass to Kagami. But this fiend Murasakibara was already there. This dude is out here moving like Wemby. His defensive range is everything inside the 3-point line, bro. There ain't no way. Yosen ends up getting the first basket off a rebound. And after that, Kuroko had to turn up. Pulled up with the cyclone pass. And this dude Murasakibara is too big. Mind you, bro isn't even playing offense. These guys are scoring with 4 guys. And they got this behemoth cherry picking at the net.
Do I look like a real boy, Papa?
Seirin couldn't score from the outside either. The shortest guy on Yosen from the 3 spot and up is 6'7". 6'7". They can't deal with that. They were down 18-0 in the first quarter. Surprisingly, it ended up being Kuroko who got the first shot of the game. That training with Almine paid off. He shows us his new move, the vanishing shot. Just like his drive, it's a move that can't be seen. They had to resort to basketball voodoo magic to score a shot in this team, bro. And Murasakibara was not happy about it. Kuroko was not done either. They got the ball back and he took control. Clean cross with a vanishing drive, faked the pull-up jumper, and they kicked it out to Hyuga for the triple. This wouldn't have worked 2 minutes ago, but now that he's a shooting threat, they gotta watch out. But still, Kagami's having a lot of trouble. Going up against these big ass niggas will do that to you. But that boy was able to lower his stance and lock in on D. And then boys were locking in. Out to Hyuga, pump fakes the shot, passes it in between the legs to Kuroko with a vanishing shot. And just like that, it's a 12-point game. Going into the second half, both teams know that they have to make adjustments. Since Kuroko's misdirection overflow won't work on inside scorers, they put him on the bench and let Kiyoshi and Kagami lead the charge. Kiyoshi got to go up against the big bad Murasakibara, while Himuro is on Kagami. Himuro was locked in though. This guy hit a pump fake so ridiculous, he had Kagami jumping for Jordan, pulled up from the free throw, and that was nothing but net too. Dude's shooting form is so pure that they don't even notice him shoot. They got the ball back, and I want y'all to check out this BS real quick. Kagami had his hand in his face, and the ball went through him. Bro was lagging in real life. After that BS, it was obvious that Kagami was letting his emotions get the better of him. I mean, that's his brother after all. So they bench him and let Tepe Kiyoshi control the floor. And my goodness, he was moving different. Drove to the rim on Murasakibara. Double clutch got blocked, but Izuki got the rebound and Kiyoshi got free for the triple. He really is Jokic, bro. Then they got the ball back. Kiyoshi faked the shot, passed it to Izuki, and y'all already know that Hyuga lights out from the three. And with Kagami back in the game, they started locking in. Read the pump fake from Himuro, but that cross almost got him. That jump shot ain't shit though, he got the block. Izuki got the ball, Kagami got it back, and this dude was really ready to dunk it from the free throw. But it was no good. Can't even blame him. That dude Murasakibara is huge. They was really out here triple teaming Kiyoshi, bro. That's how you know he's like that. He kicks it out to Izuki, who misses a three, but Kiyoshi came in with the slam. That boy is tired out though. He's carrying the team on his back right now though, I can't even blame him. But after seeing this, Seirin locked in. They for real got the lead down to 5 points. Murasakibara was sitting under that rim mad as hell. Bro was so angry, he actually started playing offense.
All your hard work, determination, and faith, I'm gonna toss it in the garbage. All of it.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
I don't think y'all understand. They were barely hanging on to a squad playing 4 on offense. And on top of that, Murasakibara is a demon on offense too. Kuroko was over here saying,
He scored a record 100 points in a single match.
100? Triple digits? He said this so casually too. Like, what do you mean he was putting up wilt numbers in middle school? They were really out here triple teaming this fool. And he pushed them all back, grabbed the ball, did a whole 180, and slammed it in so hard that his aura knocked him to the ground. This dude fast as hell too, bro. Look at this dude behind Izuki. Are we sure that his height starts with a 6?
I'm feeling romantical.
Blocked Kiyoshi's pass, then went down court, caught the oop, and slammed the ball so hard that he brought down the hoop. On Kagami too, bro. Oh, nah. Out here moving like Shaq. Murasakibara was going crazy, blocking shots, dunking, got the rebound on Kiyoshi, and I love how this fool ran between 2 defenders like it was nothing. Then he dunked that jug not only on Kiyoshi, but Kagami too. This is the second goddamn time that this dude has gotten posterized on. And look at Kiyoshi. That jam head bro curled up in a fetal position. And nah, did he just pick this man up just to drop him? Seirin, bro, you gotta spin back. Murasakibara believes that only the talented and naturally gifted can survive basketball. And that's why he can't stand the fact that people like Kiyoshi even try. Kuroko wasn't gonna let that slide though. He got the ball and immediately dished it up to Kagami for free eats. Was putting in work on D too. Drew the foul on Murasakibara, then Hyuga went down court and hit a step back 3. The entire team was on takeover. Full court press on D was too much. People threw from Kuroko into the mid-range. And just like that, it's a 2-score game. Murasakibara was so mad that he kicked the bench. I know I've been focused on the game, but the coach is low-key bad though. I was reading the Replaced novels a while ago, and let me just say that I'm most definitely going. But at the start of the 4th quarter, it was all Yosen. Turns out, Himuro was actually pretty good too. He's been pretty quiet today so far, but after he saw Kagami in the post, he turned up. That Mirage shot is smooth like butter. On defense, Yosen was doing pretty good too. Seirin couldn't find any openings, and Kagami just couldn't get those shots to fall. Shit was so sad that Kise ended up coming in and saying, damn, y'all playing like garbage. Imagine playing so bad that your future opponent has to tell you to lock in. Hey yo, what the hell was Rico doing to him? Did y'all know that they used to date in the past? Hyuga bro, lock in. With 6 minutes left in the half, it seems like Murasakibara and his boys are gonna put this one to bed. But that boy Kagami picked the perfect time to lock in. After that block of Murasakibara, he has now entered the zone. Himuro tries to strike back, spin move on Kuroko, pump fake on Hyuga. That behind the back on Izuki was clean. Had them boys looking goofy. but that won't work on Kagami. Himuro's Mirage shot consists of 2 releases. He shoots the ball first, but doesn't send it to the basket until the second to make it seem like a fake. But since Kagami's in the zone, that stuff won't fly. Not only did he jump on the first release, he blocked it light work too. Went down the court, Kuroko kicked it out, and this maniac hit a Curry no-look triple. The zone got bro moving different, out here shooting like Midorima. This next play was crazy too. Murasakibara tried coming in with that 720 Thor's hammer, but not only did Kagami stuff that, he bodied him so hard that bro fell to the ground. Reverse stare down off a block dunk is ludicrous, and even had the audacity to say that he didn't mean to go so hard. Kagami was moving different, off the steal from Kuroko, dribbles up, hit him with a spin move, and then from the damn free throw line, he goes up against Murasakibara.
You're kidding. Why am I falling first when I jumped second? This is crap straight out of a movie. I mean, people aren't supposed to be able to do this, right? He's freaking airwalking!
Hey! With 3 minutes to go, they're only down by 4. And to make things even better, Murasakibara actually rage quit. Dude was on the bench telling his own team, mind you, that they stood no chance. 6'10" dude gets dunked on once, and now he's rethinking his career. Himuro is so mad that he deadass right hooked him. More punches thrown than points scored in this quarter. And for that, Murasakibara proceeded to fry him.
You act all high and mighty, but you do worse against Kagami than me. Newsflash, dummy. He's better than you.
And you know it!
But Himuro already knows this. In fact, he's always known that he wasn't as talented. And here's Murasakibara with all the talent in the world, and he doesn't give a damn. Bro was so mad that he was actually in tears. And Murasakibara may be a lazy bum, but he still cares about the feelings of his friends. So he decides to lock in one more time. But had to put his hair up too. Honestly, this was kinda interesting to see. Yosen, who usually goes around letting the big guy do what he wants, actually started playing like a team, while the team-oriented Seirin had Kagami doing his own thing. Quick crossover, pump fake behind the back to Kuroko, who tosses it up for the oop. Then he gets the ball back, tween into another behind the back to Izuki, who then lobs it up for the 2-hand jam. This is the 3rd or 4th time this dude has gotten dunked on. 2 minutes to go, Seirin gets the ball. Izuki to Kagami, and he weaves through the defenders for the easy bucket. Yosen ball. Himuro gives it to the big fella, easy bucket, still a 2-score game. And just when it seemed like this game would stay stalemated, Kiyoshi makes his dramatic return. And he proved to be the missing piece that they needed. Locking down Himuro and letting Hyuga get the block. Seirin got a fast break, Izuki gives it to Kagami. Kagami for 3, won't go. Rebound Kiyoshi, back out to Hyuga, his 3-pointer, bang! 1-point game. But it's not over yet. Even though it looked like Seirin was about to take the dub, Murasakibara enters the zone. Now, usually the zone is reserved for people who actually care about the sport, but thanks to this game, Murasakibara had a reason to go all out. Even after getting double stuffed by Kagami and Kiyoshi, he ran down the court and got ready to take Kagami down. Game on the line, Kagami knows he needs to put everything into this last shot, so he locks the fuck in and gets ready for an insane dunk. Then this dude proceeds to not jump just out the damn building, but throw the ball into the hoop. Buddy out here moving like Prime Jaw, jumping out the trap, there ain't no way. What the hell was Alex teaching him for him to move like this? But this game ain't over. As Murasaki heads over for the fast break, Kagami has no stamina left. But then, the absolute funniest shit happens. Murasakibara's legs done gave out at the basket. And not only did he not get the shot off, he got blocked by Kuroko. Kuroko, bruh. I let out the loudest laugh when I first saw this. This dude is 6'10", getting blocked by a 5'5" guy. All you had to do was put the ball in the hoop, bro. Yeah, bro. I'd be in tears too if this BS happened to me. What time is it? Somebody funky like. After Seirin's game, there's only one more left before we get to the semifinals. Kaijo High versus Fukuda High, and it ain't gonna be easy. They're led by this hotshot dickhead named Haizaki. I knew that something was instantly wrong with this nigga when I saw he was rocking cornrows without a single hint of melanin. I know he's Japanese, but his soul is spiritually Mexican. If this was real life, I know he'd be one of those types who spam the N-word like their grandfather worked on the plantation. This dude is a straight menace. When Himuro was talking to Alex, this guy bodied him, started hitting on Alex, and when she said go away, he started choking her. Ref? Has he ever heard of consent? Out here choking random women, bro. Do something. Himuro sorry as hell, bro. How you gonna let your fine shit Snow Bunny master get cooked like this? Another interesting thing about Haizaki is the fact that he was on the Teiko middle school basketball team. A starter at that too. And even crazier, he said that Kise never beat him for a spot. And Kise didn't deny it. That is crazy. The thing is, Hazuki was better than Kise back in middle school, but Kise had more potential, and Akashi knew this. So he forced him to quit the team. That's why they got beef. But anyway, the game starts, and we see that this dude is even more of a menace on the court than he is off it. After Kaijo got the first basket of the game, he got the ball, dribbled past Kasamatsu, blew by Kise, then he pushed his own teammate out the way to come in for the tomahawk jam, but Kise blocked it. Then, he hit his own teammate just because he missed the shot. How are you physically abusing your own teammate, bro? Let alone an upperclassman. And this dude apologized too? You are a grown-ass man apologizing for another grown-ass man for hitting you. Lock in. He's like Draymond Green if Draymond could actually do shit. Kasamatsu wasn't about to let that slide. Season 3 of this series really turned it up a notch, because now we got animation like this. Peep game. Off the steal, he gets the ball, pulls up behind the back, tween between the legs, spin move, then he goes through Hazuki's legs for the lay. But he's on that. Light work though. Quick pass to Kise, and he slams it in with the reverse. But Hazuki didn't get this far, just being a bum. He can back up his talk. His power is the antithesis to Kise's. He doesn't just copy moves, he steals them. Meaning that after you see him perform one of your moves, you won't be able to use it again.
What kind of babbling bullshit is this?
I don't know, bro. Something about like rhythm and emotion or whatever he does, but whatever. Just know he's a damn thief. Dribble moves, he's got it. Shooting form, he steals that too. Even damn jumps, he steals, bro. Who's even out here stealing our boy Kise's moves? Bro was frying this man badly. The way he says Kise's name is so funny too, but like
Ryota.
he says his name like a damn slur. Dude even brought up the fact that back in middle school, he stole his girl, stole Kise's bag and his bitch. This is vile work. That one was so out of pocket that even the ref had to come over like, hey man, shut that shit down, young blood. We don't talk like that. Mind you, this is the same ref that let this buffoon smack his bald ass teammate like some booty. These refs just pick and choose. It also doesn't help that Kise has been quite fatigued ever since his game against Toho. Even in practice, he's been going all out just so he can keep up with his friends. And it's starting to take a toll. But Kise ain't going out like that. First, he had to set shit straight. Told Hazuki that the so-called girl he was talking about wasn't even with him. Her ass was just following him around because he was a model. So congratulations on picking up my scraps. And second, he started cooking. Pulled up from full court and started letting it fly. Green fuck, nigga. You see, Hazuki may be able to steal moves from normal people, but the generational miracles are in a whole nother league. He can't steal those. And Kise has finally learned how to copy the generational miracles moves. A perfect copy. Kise was moving crazy. Had Hazuki so shook, he started stealing his own teammates' abilities. And that junk wasn't even working. Bro had to resort to injuring Kise and stepping on his foot to get the upper hand. Yo! And of course, that booty butt ref didn't notice. I hate these damn anime refs, man. But in the end, Kaijo I was able to get the dub. Shout out to Kise, man, what a go. The funny thing is, Hazuki still wasn't able to let that go. Bro was outside waiting for Kise to pull up just to scrap. Almine pulled up on him and told him he better bounce. But Hazuki decided to run the fade. A very interesting idea to run it with the most agile guy in the damn series. Pulled up, but Almine said weave, she go bitch ass down. Brody got one tapped. Almine couldn't believe it.
Okay, now what? Somebody's gonna find him.
After getting knocked out, bro was dead ass about to quit basketball too. That's crazy. Got fried on and off the court. Just hang up the jersey, bro. But with that, the semifinals are now set. Midorima and Shutoku versus Akashi's Rakuzan, and Seirin versus Kise and Kaijo. But bro, Kagami needs to be stopped. What do you mean that he had Alex sleeping with him in his bed and he was so locked in that he didn't even notice? It should have been me, man. Anyway, before the game against Kaijo, there's one problem that we need to address. Besides Kagami's low-key predator master, he's lacking one thing: shoes. Don't even blame him for wasting the other ones because y'all see how he moves each game. Problem is, there aren't a lot of shops with shoes in his size. Luckily though, Amine was able to come through thanks to Momoi, and we finally get to watch our first semi-final game. Shutoku versus Rakuzan. Now, Rakuzan is a powerhouse. Think of it like IMG Academy, but in Japan. They've won the Inner High, Winter Cup, and National Tournaments for 5 years straight. And this year, in addition to 3 uncrowned kings, they now have Seijiro Akashi. And this dude is a beast. We already saw how he was moving last vid when he low-key tried to kill Kagami, and in this game, he was moving crazy too. At the start, everything was chill. Midorima was doing Midorima things, hitting threes like nobody's business, but Akashi wasn't even phased. He just kept passing the ball to his teammates. He was playing good, but he wasn't doing anything crazy. They had this eerie music in the background too. It was so unsettling.
However, he's not so good that I can't keep up with him.
The other Rakuzan players are good as well. First, we got Pikachu. This guy was dribbling so hard, he was dead ass shaking the floor. High schoolers, by the way, out here dribbling with the force of a 4.0 earthquake. We got a quick first step, and that double clutch was clean too. It didn't help that Midorima was being double teamed, meaning that he couldn't get free. But when in doubt, you gotta do things yourself. Midorima got the block, blew by all the defenders, then he passed it to his teammate for the slam, and Chutoko started getting back. And at the half, it was 39 apiece, but Akashi wasn't even concerned, merely stating that he'd take out Midorima next half. And then came the nastiest cook in this damn series. Seirin and Kaijo went down to warm up during the break, and Kagami immediately looked for Akashi, but was definitely not forgetting how he got done last time they met. But this dude Akashi said I don't allow niggas I'm not affiliated with to look me in the eye. Then he dropped him. No fucking way. This dude dropped him without even moving a muscle. No dribble moves, no punches, not even a feint. Nigga just got dropped off like nothing. And when the second half started, Akashi was on that timing. Akashi's power is in his eyes. To summarize it, just imagine that he had the Sharingan. With his Emperor Eye, he can see everything. When I say everything, I literally mean everything. Blocked Midorima, then he used his Sharingan to break Takao's ankles with a mean crossover. Then he shot that shit right in his face too. And it wasn't looking good. Akashi is just too goated. Screens don't work on him, fakes don't work on him, double teams don't work either. This dude hit a crossover and dropped two of them at the same damn time. Then he walked into the lane. Went for the lay, but instead of shooting, this fucker kicked it out with his elbow on some Jason Williams timing. And then they got the point. And look at this walk back, bro. He wasn't even impressed. Even Midorima couldn't stop him. Akashi had to remind him who was the one who led the generation of miracles. And just like that, it was a 20-point game. But Chutoku's not finished. Tako and Midorima had to turn on takeover. And honestly, this was a 300 IQ move. Instead of having to work to get to a shooting form, Midorima got into it before even getting the ball. And once Tako put the bread in the basket, all he had to do was shoot.
Green light.
Off a missed shot, they got the rebound. Tako kicks it out to Midorima. Splash. They get a steal. Tako gets it again over to Midorima, and you already know that is green. But Akashi ain't finished. That behind the back ankle breaker was some mean work. He'd be walking into the lane like he's at a grocery store. But Midorima was not letting that slide. He almost got the block right here before Akashi passed it. But they still got the stop. And look at that pass. They didn't even need to do this, by the way. He was wide open, but he still shot it. 8-point game. And with a full court press, they have all the advantage in the world right now. But then...
When did I give you permission to let your guard down? If the game were closer, I doubt you would have ever disgraced yourselves in such a way. So if that's how it is, then we should
Do away with the gap altogether.
as penance for committing such a selfish crime.
I will gouge out both of my eyes and offer them up as payment.
So, let me get this straight. Your team is up by 5 points after blowing a 20-point lead. You score on your own hoop, bringing the lead to 3. Then you tell your team to lock in and say that if you lose, you will offer up your eyes as payment? What is wrong with you? Do you have a parlay on this game? Bro is acting like this is a life and death situation. We're playing high school basketball. Then he wants to look sincere after saying, with all of you on the team, we can't lose. Yeah, alright nigga. We'll see about that one later. Anyway, after that, the team ended up locking in, and Akashi made it his mission to make sure that Midorima wouldn't even touch the ball. And when Tako tried that alley-oop 3, Akashi blocked that junk with one hand, saying yeah bro, you got it. And from there, it was over. I feel bad for Midorima, bro. He probably has the best ability in the series, and he can't do jack because he goes up against the MCs and the final boss. He's the Jogo of Kuroko no Basket. But now, it's time for the second semi-final game. Kaijo versus Seirin. Both teams have come a long way from that practice match. And now, it's time to see who will take the dub. They set the tone even before the game. We're throwing down dunks during warm-ups. And when the game started, Kuroko was on go. Came in with the cleanest vanishing drive I have ever seen. Run an instant replay on that real quick. That was so smooth. Into the vanishing shot from the mid-range too. But Kise was on go as well. Immediately shot that shit from full court. Kagami was shook. And Kaijo was going crazy on defense. Kyoshi got the pass from Kuroko, but he had to kick it out to Hyuga. And even that wasn't enough. As Kise got the block. Then he got the ball. Faked the full court shot, then dropped off Kagami. Oh nah, that stare down was crazy too. Kise moving different. He even blocked Kuroko's phantom shot, and he just kept railing them, bro. he had 13 points in 3 minutes. Even after he turned off perfect copy, Seirin still couldn't get it together. Kise had them boys rattled, but Coach Rico knew that she had to make a change. So they bring out their secret weapon, Furihara.
We are so fucked.
Dude ended up slowing the pace down and bringing Seirin back to their senses. Bro even scored a layup. Shout out to him. Seirin starts climbing their way back. Kise and Kagami going at it, block for block. But as the game goes on, everyone starts to notice that Kagami was pulling away. Because as it is, Kise is still injured. Hazuki stepping on him really messed his foot up. I really dislike it when the animes take out OP characters like this, bro. Without these debuffs, this dude Kise would be unstoppable. Without Kise, Kaijo was good, but not good enough. They were holding on, but once Seirin starts getting hot, they cannot be stopped. Kasamatsu was dead ass putting his life on the line to carry this team, bro. Look at how he died for this loose ball. But as the third quarter ends, it seems like Seirin might just run away with this one. And wait, go back a second. What does that say? 6-7? I'm a grown ass man. But Kise knew that the only way his team would win is if he was out there. So, down 15, with a little left to go, he and Kuroko head on out there. And Kise was locked in. Got on the court and immediately started cooking. Crossed out Kagami for like the 3rd time today. Then slammed it in on Kyoshi. Kagami couldn't let that slide though. Kuroko came in with a quick pass and he went to slam it in, but Kise blocked it. That's too easy. Then he copied Kuroko's own pass and got the assist. Now it's an 11-point game. They really have to triple team Kise just for him to use a 360 spin to pass, get free, and slam it in on both Kagami and Kyoshi. This nigga is unstoppable. This dude was copying everyone, and I mean everyone's bag. Kuroko deadass got a hit bro with a copyright strike, cause this dude even stole his vanishing shot. Even the crowd was rooting for Kaijo. Them Seirin boys had no hope. Kagami was out here saying something.
Villains only exist in the world of fiction. But our story is set in reality.
Kagami.
You big nerd! That was so lame! What?
I am deeply embarrassed on your behalf. How could you say that with a straight face?
Villains are from fiction, but our story's set in reality. Stop mocking me!
Kagami was doing anything to score, bro. I know this dude didn't slide across the court, bro. And he still got blocked. With 30 seconds left, Kaijo retakes the lead. And now, it's time for Kuroko to cook. He's been analyzing Kise for the past minute and a half. And he's figured out his moves. Instead of moving to his rhythm, he watches out for his own teammates and passes the ball for them. And through that, they were able to score. There's only enough time for one more play. Kise gets the ball, gets by Kuroko, drops Kagami twice in one crossover, then goes for that Thor's hammer. But Kuroko has been waiting for this. He knew that Kise would go for this. And thanks to Izuki, they got the block. Kise is barely able to kick it out to Kasamatsu, and he gets the 3 ball. 4 seconds left. Kyoshi gives it over to Kagami. One-on-one against Kise, he goes in for the Meteor Jam, but he doesn't have enough air. But with Kuroko behind him, he gets shifty. Off the backboard, he gives it to Kuroko to shoot. And you already know, that was bank. Ball game. This dude Kuroko has been on fire. Game-winning block and shot back-to-back is insane. But honestly, if Kise was playing the entire game, Kaijo probably would have won. He's just too damn good. I genuinely feel bad for him. The second he gets that time limit gone, he's going stupid. But now, the stage is set for the finals. Rakuzan versus Seirin, but it ain't gonna be easy. Midorimo is over here telling Kagami that they need to watch out because there are 2 Akashis. 2 Akashis? What are we talking about? The team heads back to Kagami's place, and here, Kuroko tells us the full story of the legendary Teiko basketball team. Honestly, it's kinda crazy to see how far Kuroko has come, because back in the day, he almost ended up quitting basketball altogether. You see, Kuroko just wasn't good enough to play. He couldn't dribble, he couldn't shoot. Even though he was practicing after practice every night, he still didn't have what it took. But his persistence paid off. While doing one of his late night sessions, Kuroko met out Mine, who thought he was a basketball playing ghost and he wanted to challenge him. And even though they were both opposites, they ended up becoming good friends. And through Mine, Kuroko was able to meet Akashi. Akashi is genuinely hilarious, because when he saw Kuroko play for the first time, he was like, fascinating. I've never seen someone practice so hard and still be so ass. Well, he didn't say it like that, but it was basically the same thing. But what really had him fascinated was his lack of presence. Akashi made Kuroko realize that his so-called weakness was actually a strength. And through this, he was able to make Kuroko realize his ability of misdirection. And after taking some time to figure it out, he was able to prove himself and eventually joined the first string team. Now, of course, things weren't all that smooth at first. During his first game, Kuroko could barely walk, let alone play. But in their second game, Akashi told that boy to lock in, and he did. They low-key looked like brothers back in the day. Kuroko was the missing piece that they needed. With him, passes came sooner and more efficiently, and they cruised to an easy victory at Nationals. Back-to-back champs. Now, things weren't all good. Almeida was starting to realize that he was so good, his opponents couldn't keep up. And can we blame him? Dude was a 7th grader, dunking like he was in college. Ain't nobody doing that even in real life. And slowly, the rest of the team was starting to come into their own, getting better and better each day. There's a reason why you never see 5 superstars on one team unless it's an all-star game. Each of them believe that they're the best player, and by default, they want the ball. They probably could have worked through these kinks, but unfortunately, their coach ended up getting sick and had to step back, meaning that these kids had no guidance since their other coach was a bum. On top of that, the school practically forced them to play every game, meaning that bit by bit, they were slowly falling apart. First, it was Almine. His mentality had gotten so bad that he couldn't even catch Kuroko's passes anymore. Look at his face. I've never seen someone look so sad with a smile on their face. Then it was Murasakibara and Akashi. Murasakibara didn't even feel like practicing, and he was so high off his own power that he challenged Akashi to a match. And honestly, he was about to win. Dude was up 4-0, and then Akashi had a whole mental breakdown. Akashi comes from a wealthy family that believes the only way to succeed is by winning. Second place is not an option, even in basketball. We also find this out later, but I'm going to say this now, that Akashi has a split personality disorder. It manifested after his mom died back in 5th grade, and ever since then, he switches from one to another if need be. But now, it's time for the other Akashi to come forth. Bro unlocked his Sharingan over a game of basketball. A simple one-on-one, mind you. Middle school basketball has never been this serious. Look at Murasakibara, he knows he's cooked. Akashi was talking about I don't forgive those who defy me. Not even my own parents. Nigga, are we playing basketball or fighting to the death? After this moment, the team was never the same again. Sure, they were stomping their opponents, but it wasn't the same. There was no passion. I feel bad for Momoi, bro. As the team manager, it must have been hard watching your friends like this. Now, I haven't mentioned this yet, but Kuroko had this friend named Ogiwara. He was the one who got him into playing ball in the first place. And before middle school, they promised to meet each other and play someday. And it seemed that they were going to make good on their promise. But when Kuroko got injured before the finals, that wasn't able to happen. Even so, Kuroko urged Akashi to take this game seriously, and he obliged. Now, I want y'all to guess what the final score of this game was. Did they win by 10? 20? Keep your answer in your head for now. 15 seconds left in the game, and Mako Middle had 9 points! JJ McCarthy's stupid ass alter ego. And how much did Takeo have? 111 points. Even crazier, they made the basket for the opposing team just so the score could be all ones. Yo, the level of disrespect is insane. Kuroko was in genuine tears, bro. You think he lost the game of his life with the way those waterworks were flowing. It's no surprise that everyone on that Mako middle school team quit basketball for good. Even Ogiwara.
I fucking hate basketball.
The only thing that he left was his wristband for Kuroko. From that day forward, Kuroko knew that he wanted to play for a team that prided itself in their chemistry. That's the entire reason that he joined Seirin. And while he wasn't walking on the same path as a generation of miracles, he still has the same goal, to win, just in his own way. And now, it's time to see which ideology will prevail.
Thanks for the food, Kagami.
Sure, it's no big deal.
I mean, sure, but it was a pretty big meal.
You know an arc is about to be fire when it gets its own intro. Wow, man, they finally made it. The final showdown. And everyone made sure to show out. Murasakibara and Almine, the Young Crown Kings, Alex, number 2, and everyone else. As you probably guessed, Chutoku ended up getting 3rd place. Kaijo just couldn't keep up with Midorima without Kise. And off rip, this game started crazy. Kagami got the tip and gave it to Kuroko. He bombs it all the way to Hyuga, but bro fumbles and ends up getting blocked by the zesty shooter. This guy's good as hell, but his celebrations be killing me, bro. He's the Karl Anthony Towns of Kuroko no Basket. Peep the celly he did in the opening after hitting a 3. Akashi gets the ball behind the back to the big guy, but Kagami's already there. Kyoshi then gets the ball, throws it out to Kagami, and this is where we see quite possibly the greatest dunk in Kuroko no Basket. I don't give a damn, this is an anime. There is no goddamn way in hell that a nigga, let alone a high schooler, should even fathom taking off for the 3. Yeah, the 3-point line. Look at this hang time. Dude's feet are above the rim. His head is above the damn backboard. Even Akashi was amazed. As we can see, Kagami is now in the zone. And oh my god, he was going stupid. Did that meteor jam dunk again. And this time, over the big man. Was going crazy on defense too. With Kagami in the zone, Seirin quickly jumps to an early lead. Down 11-2, Rakuzan knows that they gotta make some changes, so Akashi switches on to Kagami. I don't think y'all understand how crazy it is for someone who's 5'7" to willingly switch onto a 6'3" Project LeBron power forward. The zone versus the Emperor. Who will win? And for a moment, it seems like Kagami might get it, going in for the Meteor Jam, but Kagami misses? Apparently, Akashi let Kagami get past him because he knew he'd miss. Then he got the ball, went down court, and dropped Kagami off! Dude, Kagami just can't keep up with him. Akashi ends up passing it to the zesty shooter, who almost gets the lay, but Mitobe the silent assassin blocks it. Even with the stop, Kagami is still feeling the pressure, but Mitobe gives him a look telling him to relax. Seirin's got his back, but even so, something's off with Kuroko. When he gets back into the game, he's not invisible. The players notice him, the crowd notices him, his passes are getting blocked, and his shots are getting stuffed. But why? Akashi tells us that Kuroko can no longer be a shadow. Ever since he added shooting and dribbling into his bag, he's no longer inconspicuous. That buzzer beater was the nail in the coffin. Akashi said bro was more worthless than an average player, damn! That wasn't even the worst part. While he's on the bench, we see that Rakuzan has their own Kuroko, Mayuzumi. Now, I can't even lie, I didn't even notice bro when he was playing in the last game or this game either. He's more of a ghost than Kuroko. Of course, Momoi has some notes on him, but he's a surprisingly average player. But just like Kuroko, he has the power of misdirection. Unlike Kuroko though, he's more adept in the fundamentals. Dude can even shoot the ball. To make it simple, Kuroko is like the iPhone X, while this dude is the iPhone 15. He's cooked. Bro was even staring down Kuroko on the bench. But peep that stare by Kuroko. He wasn't about to let that slide. Seirin starts making substitutions, which included Furihara. And I love this dude, but come on, bro. Look at the way he was shaking. Not even Akashi could believe what he was seeing. Bro tripped on his own feet. But hey, he even made a shot, so that's good looks for him. But bro got cooked so badly on this crossover that he had to bench himself. Look at bro's face. He's never picking up a ball again. Seirin keeps trying their best, but Rakuzan is starting to pull away. The zesty shooter was starting to get into his bag. That boy can shoot. But so can Hyuga. They were going band for band. But he was locking in on D. And then this dude hit a 3 for a 4-point play. Hyuga was getting cooked by the zesty shooter. Kyoshi was getting bodied by the big man. Kagami was getting sauced up by Pikachu. And Akashi had Izuki in hell. Poor Rico was in tears on the bench. And then came the most soul-crushing shit that I've seen happen. This nigga Akashi caught an alley-oop for the one-hand jam. Let me say that again. This 5'8", 173cm freshman in high school dunked the ball. What the fuck? Then he wants to say, oh, you only thought tall niggas could do that? I can dunk anytime I please. But he had no reason to do this either. He's just showboating. By the end of the first half, it was 62-37. A 25-point deficit in the finals. Hyuga was doing his best to lead the team, but the zesty shooter was out here cooking him. Bro picked up his 3rd and 4th fouls back to back and he had to get benched. And man, when I say it's not looking good, I really mean it's not looking good. Still down 25. Entire team with no way to win. It seems like their luck has finally run out. But Kuroko still isn't ready to throw in the towel. There's no way he's going out like this. He begs Coach Rico to let him back in the game, and she lets him. At first, it seemed like nothing had changed. Mayuzumi was getting past Kuroko all the same as he's been. You see, even though he's a phantom, Mayuzumi still has quite the ego. Bro just couldn't resist scoring on Kuroko. But this was all a part of his plan. By letting Mayuzumi score, Kuroko was putting him in the spotlight, letting him go back into the shadows and help his team. And Kagami, seeing Kuroko bring their team back to life, knew that he had to lock in too, entering the zone and keeping Akashi at bay. They even end up getting a block on Mayuzumi. Akashi was pissed. Hit the stare down he hit on Mayuzumi, bro. He was heated. Started using bro to get free passes off. Turned that nigga into a traffic cone. It wasn't just Kuroko or Kagami who were locked in though. Izuki was locking up Pikachu as well. I almost forgot to mention, this dude dribbles with like 2 or 3 fingers at a time to hit crossovers. That's insane. But he was on his ass. And from there, Seirin started to lock in. After the 4th quarter started, Hyuga got back in the game and finally figured out how to handle the zesty shooter. Along with him, Kyoshi locked in too. Even with his knee injury, he started getting those boards. Seirin's upperclassmen were really proving their worth. That Hyuga block was clean. Then Kyoshi got the ball, faked the leg, and kicked it out back to Hyuga for the triple. But the real cornerstone of this Seirin defense has been Kagami. That boy had Akashi in super hell. Nigga created a simple domain in basketball. It may not be an actual domain, but that's one more than Mr. Fushiguro. Don't worry, we'll see one soon. But Akashi couldn't do jack. To beat Kagami, Akashi has to enter the zone. But his trigger comes with a cost. Back when Seirin beat Toho, Akashi went up against his teammates in a practice match. And in a 3v1, he dusted them while in the zone. Look at them on the ground. Got the zesty shooter ready to take back shots and everything. These are his own teammates, by the way. Anyway, as I was saying, his zone comes with a cost, as the trigger to it is him abandoning his own teammates and playing the game on his own in a 1v5. Basically 2018 Braun type timing. And after Kiyoshi hit this Air Jordan dunk to cut the lead to 10, he finally decides to use it. And this was crazy. Akashi threw the ball at his teammates and let them go up while staying back. Then when Kagami got the ball, he tried going for a dunk. This dude grabbed that shit mid-air without even moving. Akashi has now entered the zone. And oh my lord, he was moving different. Told them boys to watch and learn. And he had Kagami looking crazy. That spin move had him lost. Give bro a map. Pulled up on Hyuga and Izuki. Hit a mean step back. Dropped both of them off at the same time. Then said, y'all niggas made the mistake of defying me. Sitting your asses down ain't enough. Kneel. Then he put them boys on their knees. Had them prostrate on the ground. Worshipping him. Then he hit this insane fake. He did the spin move to score the basket on Kiyoshi and Kuroko. God damn. Coast to coast is wicked. But Seirin has their own ace. Kagami is the only one who can put Akashi down. But that boy isn't going down without a fight. This dude, and I'm not even kidding when I say this, hit a whole ass domain expansion on the court itself. A high school basketball player hit a fully functioning domain expansion with a sure hit effect before that worthless fucking fraud Megami, bro. Are we serious? We letting basketball players do Jujutsu sorcery before an actual sorcerer.
Aw, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Got the steal, then crossed up Kagami so bad. Yeah, bro, booty in the air. No crossover should ever have you looking this crazy, bro. Was disrespecting both his opponents and his teammates. Told them boys they're just out here to get free cardio. Kagami knows that what he has right now won't be enough to stop Akashi. To beat him, he has to get even deeper into the zone. According to Almine, the zone has another level, but this one is guarded by a gatekeeper that Kagami can't seem to get past. But Kuroko's like, hey bro, you don't have to beat Akashi alone. I got you. And they decide to team up to stop Akashi. What happens next is something only Kuroko could pull off. With Kagami in front and Kuroko in back, Akashi thought this would be free eats. When he crosses up Kagami, Kuroko was already there. We've been knowing that Kuroko got exceptional observation skills, but using those with his knowledge of Kagami's moves, he was able to predict where he would go, just like Akashi, a pseudo Emperor Eye of some sorts. And with that, he got the steal. Akashi was beyond maddened, and I can't lie, I call mega bullshit on this play, cause this dude was on the opposite end of the court. Kagami had like a dribble and 2 steps to the hoop, and he flash stepped? What is this movement? This is how Nora be moving in that Last of Us hospital chase scene if you catch her too quickly. Only in anime, bro. But Kuroko can use his Emperor Eye on offense too. Usually stealing the ball from your own teammate is crazy, but here, it was genius. Akashi wasn't finished though. I still can't get over the fact this dude is 5'8", jumping with LeBron Jr., bro. And Kagami said, not today. He slammed his nuts right in Akashi's face. And they hit that dual stare down on bro too, man. Akashi could not believe it. You see, Akashi always believed that if it came down to it, he alone could win by himself. But after seeing Kuroko and Kagami defeat him together, his entire world shattered. For the first time in his life, Akashi realized that he might do it. He might actually lose. It's kind of crazy to see that his mentality was this fragile. Missing shots, giving up turnovers. On the sidelines, he wasn't doing any better. As we've seen before, Akashi has 2 personalities. Bro was arguing with himself inside his mind. Wasn't even trying on defense either. Had his teammates mad as hell. And Seirin was just going crazy. Kagami got the steal, gave it to Izuki. He dribbles up behind the back down to Kuroko. Then he sends that ignite pass to Kagami for the oop. Seirin is now within 1 basket of tying Rakuzan. After being down 25 at the half, that is insane. The crazy thing is, this is all Akashi's fault. Bro gave up on his team when they were up 10, and now they're here. It got so bad that during a timeout, they were genuinely about to put Akashi on the bench. Mayuzumi, who was still pissed about getting bitched earlier, sarcastically asked him, who are you? And Akashi realized that it was his own weakness that led him to creating his other self. His own insecurity about the fear of losing and falling behind his friends led him to destroy himself and Teiko. And now, he's about to make that same mistake once again. But this time, he decides to right his wrongs, switching back to his old self and becoming Seijiro Akashi once more. Looking geeked out of his mind, but I rock with it. He apologizes to his team to lend him their strength once more. And he was out here moving just like he used to. Actually, he was moving even better. Spin move on Kagami. Then when Kuroko came in, he hit that tween and kicked it out to the zesty shooter for the 3 ball. That dimed Pikachu was clean too. But what's even scary about Akashi isn't him, but his ability to draw out his teammates' abilities. With his passes, he was bringing out their full potential, and he was even able to make them enter the zone. It wasn't looking good. Kagami was the only one who could stop them, but even he wasn't strong enough to win a 1v5. It seems like Seirin has finally reached their limit, but then...
You can do it, Kuroko! Don't give up! Come on, Mochi. cheer for him with me.
Okay.
Damn, Kuroko was brought to tears, seeing his homie for the first time in years. And with Ogiwara cheering them on, along with the rest of the Miracle Gen, besides the Murasakibara, they lock in, entering the true zone. The way to reach the zone's second level wasn't by yourself, it was by working together. Almina wasn't able to reach it since he rejected Kuroko, but by teaming up with him, Kagami was able to achieve it along with Seirin. Started going so crazy, they hit another domain expansion. They were so locked in that they didn't even need to look at each other to hit these movements. A direct drive zone. Kagami got the ball in the paint, and he and Kyoshi hit this clean ass grab and go. Spin move into the jam is heinous, but man, that was hard. Rakuzan ain't going down that easy though. Akashi hits another ankle breaker on Kagami and gets the score. Down 7 with less than 40 to go, Seirin needs to score. And when Kuroko got this nice pass to Kagami, who shot the 3, the lead is now down to 4. Rakuzan gets the ball, and here, Mizuki locks in, using that eagle eye to get the steal and giving it to Hyuga. And he gets in his bag, using that James Harden foul baiting to get a 4-point play. This is it. Seirin can't afford giving Rakuzan a chance to score. They gotta win it right here. No matter what happens right here, this will be the last play of the game, and more importantly, the last play of Kyoshi's career. And using the last of his strength, he grabs the rebound and gives it over to Kuroko. But Akashi was ready. He pulls up and gets ready to send that shit into the stands. But at the end of the day, Kuroko is a shadow. And he lobs the ball to Kagami for the win! Oh yeah! That shadow and light connection never fails. What a win! Kagami and Kuroko really brought this team together to get the dub, and everyone showed out. But yeah, that's basically it for Kuroko no Basket. Miracle Gen ended up getting together for Kuroko's birthday and playing some ball together like old times, and their old coach was happy to see it. And even better, everyone got together at Kuroko's house for a birthday dinner. So all's well that ends well. There's one more Kuroko no Basket movie I can go over if y'all are interested, so like and sub for that. But as of now, that's all for today. Thank y'all for watching. I love you. Goodbye.